You got it? Okay, great. Hello, my name is Ryan Hecklinger, and along with my team, Aaron, Cameron, Jessica, and Christine, we are The Arena, and this is our business plan. Colorado Springs has over 700,000 people, a thriving bar and brewery scene, and 0 venues built around structured, reoccurring competition. Our team comes from 5 different cities across the country, and every one of us recognize the same gap. Tonight, if you want to go out, you're choosing between sitting at a brewery or spending $50 an hour at a golf bay at Topgolf. You can find places to drink, but you can't find a place to belong, right? To compete, to have that energy. That's not just a Colorado Springs problem. As I mentioned, we're from 5 different cities. This is a market opportunity. The Arena is a competition-driven bar and entertainment venue with nightly tournaments, seasonal leagues, real leaderboards, and game masters who keep the energy alive, where the competition is just an excuse for the real product, which is community that you form around it. Your regular teammates, your rivals that you secretly kind of like, and the group chat that started because of a cornhole bracket. We're asking for $250,000 to open our first location and to build something that this city and cities like it have been missing.
The opportunity lies at the intersection of 3 large industries in the United States. You've got drinking places on one hand, you've got full service restaurants with the whole menu and the really great food on the other hand. And then you've got entertainment complexes, but which are typically one-dimensional, like you can only play golf or you can only go axe throwing, and they're expensive. They charge quite a bit for you to be there. So if you bring together these 3 different industries, that's where the opportunity for the Arena lies. As Ryan has painted the picture, it's a place where community can gather around structured tournaments and leagues. It's a place where you can eat the good food and drink exquisite cocktails. And it's a place that you'll keep coming back and back again because you want to keep your title at the top of the leaderboard, or you want to take revenge from your loss last week. The Arena is built around 3 pillars that will make it different from just any other bar or restaurant. There's this dual system of gameplay and hospitality. So you have expert world-class game masters that immediately as guests walk in, they'll offer them a drink and include them in an existing game or relay. These games will be built around accessibility, so you don't have to be a pro athlete to have fun. You're able to join in on the fun with low skill games. The second pillar is competition. So we definitely want to keep it spicy and have some games, some prizes to the games and some stakes, but all in fun and jest. And the third element is that resulting from having fun is the community you build and the drinks and the food that you enjoy with your new friends afterwards. The Arena will also be organized in a highly efficient, standardized format for these relays and games so that we can keep the fun flowing and keep the revenue coming in as well.
As you can see here, the Arena is centered amongst 4 key customer segments that all share one thing in common. They're all looking for more than just a typical night out. First, we have young professionals. These are people who go out a few times a month, but not every weekend. So when they do go out, they want something that feels more worth it. They're looking for social connection, stress relief, and experiences that they can share with friends. That's where our leagues and theme nights really drive those repeat visits. Second, we have military professionals. Colorado Springs has a strong military presence, and this group naturally gravitates toward structured, team-based activities. That makes them a great fit for tournaments, group events, and recurring league play. Third, we have college students. They're more budget conscious, but highly social and influenced by social media. They're drawn to fun, low-scale competition, and value-driven experiences, which is why our model keeps entry barriers low. Finally, we have recreational competitors. These are people already participating in sports leagues, trivias, or similar activities. They're motivated by competition, recognition, making them one of our strongest segments for loyalty and repeat engagement. Overall, what ties all of these groups together is this key insight. Customers just aren't looking for a bar anymore, but they're looking for a social experience that gives them a reason to keep coming back. When we look at the market opportunity, it's clear that the Arena is entering a space that is large, growing, and currently underserved. First, the market is very large. Colorado Springs has about 770,000 people in the metropolitan area, with a strong concentration of those young professionals, military people, and college students, which are our core target segments. These groups constantly spend money on nightlife and social experiences. Second, the market is growing. The city continues to expand due to military presence and job growth. At the same time, consumer behavior is shifting toward the experience economy. People are prioritizing interactive social activities over traditional going out experiences. And finally, the market is very underserved. As mentioned before, most local bars still focus primarily on drinks, not experiences. While some do offer occasional trivia or games, there are very few venues built and structured around this recurring competition. That creates a clear gap in the market, and that's exactly where the arena fits in. We're not just another bar, we're a destination for affordable, repeatable social entertainment.
Most existing options in the market either focus on food and beverage first, or they offer one activity that doesn't drive repeat visits. That's why multi-activity competition venues are so rare in this market. The few activity-based venues that do exist typically charge by the hour or by credits, which creates friction and limits how long people stay. When we mapped out the main competitors, Phantom Canyon, Lost Realm, Top Golf, Bad Axe, and Dave & Buster's, we saw the same patterns. Each venue performs well in one or two areas, but none deliver a balance of mix of interactivity by personalization and entertainment variety. Our comparison chart shows that the arena fills the middle ground, a place that's social, competitive, affordable, and built for repeat participation. All of this creates a clear opportunity. The arena differentiates itself by offering multiple low-barrier competitions under one roof. A social environment designed for longer visits and structured programming like leagues and tournaments that keep people coming back. We're positioned to serve adult social groups, young professional, and corporate events in a way no existing venue in Colorado Springs currently does. Our competitive advantage comes from how we structure participation and community. The arena isn't just a place to play games, it's a place to compete, return, and belong. First, we're building structured leagues and tournaments. This creates predictable weekly traffic and gives customers consistent reason to come back. It also builds a competitive culture that other venues simply don't offer. Second, our activities are intentionally designed for repeat participation. They're easy to learn, fun to replay, and competitive enough to keep people improving over time. This is the opposite of the one-and-done experiences like axe throwing or escape rooms. Finally, we're building a community-driven model. Through partnerships, theme nights, and membership programs, we create a sense of belonging that keeps customers loyal. Competitors focus on entertainment, we focus on engagement. Together, these advantages create a defensible position in the market, one built on recurring participation, not just one-time visits.
We've intentionally built this full executive team. And because this isn't just a bar, this is a scalable company from the very beginning. The arena is an operations-heavy, experience-driven model that requires coordination across systems, marketing, people, technology. It's not just day-to-day service. So instead of just a traditional small business structure, we've divided our leadership into core functions of strategy, operations, marketing, people, and systems. This structure allows us to do two things. We can execute consistently at the local level, build repeatable systems that can scale across multiple locations. And because long-term is the goal, right? This isn't just about running one venue. It's about building a brand and building an operating model that we can expand into multiple locations. And we've been very intentional about identifying where we're not experts. There are three key gaps we're trying to address. First, financial leadership. A concept like this is going to have multiple revenue streams, tight margins, and bringing in a CFO who has hospitality experience is going to be critical for cost control and scalability. Secondly, training and consistency. Because our model is going to depend so heavily on that in-person experience and that energy brought by the game master and by the people, we're trying to find dedicated support to build that structure, to build that onboarding, and to ensure that every guest gets the same experience. And third, brand management. As we scale, trying to maintain the same secret sauce in every single location is going to be key, right? We want to make sure that every touch point at every location feels the same. It feels like what makes the arena the arena. And to address these, we're building a targeted advisory team to focus on hospitality, operations, experiential entertainment, community-based programming, especially with those young professionals and that military community. This is going to allow us to move quickly and still bring that specialized expertise that we need, again, to execute with that same secret sauce at a high level across every location.
Our customer acquisition strategy is built around meeting our audiences where they already are: social, group-oriented, and experience-driven. First, we're going to utilize social media and user-generated content. Our target customers are heavily influenced by what they see online, especially real experiences. So instead of just advertising, we focus on showcasing people actively competing, socializing, and having fun. This creates organic reach and positions the arena in a place where people want to be. Second, military and corporate partnerships. Since many of our customers participate in group-based activities, partnerships allow us to bring in entire groups at once. This includes unit events, team building activities, and recurring leagues, which helps drive consistent traffic and builds long-term relationships. And third, launch events and promotions. We'll create strong initial buzz through grand opening events, influencer previews, and themed competition nights. Ongoing promotions like free entry with purchase or group discounts will help lower barriers and encourage first-time visits. Together, these strategies don't just bring customers in, but they create a system that drives repeat visits, word of mouth, and long-term growth.
With our structure that we have built into the arena, we are able to generate revenue through our multiple streams. Our primary sources of revenue are going to come from our food and beverage offerings at the arena, as well as supplementary revenue from our league and tournament fees, private event rentals, as well as some merchandise sales. So utilizing these revenue streams, we are estimating that our first year of revenue will come in just about at $1.1 million. Again, we are able to generate this revenue using our high repeat customer model that drives customers to return to the arena, as well as partnering with our local sports clubs around Colorado Springs. We'll also be able to grow and scale up our operations to include more and more games to keep driving new customers to visit the arena, all while keeping strong profit margins.
For the arena to succeed, there are a few critical assumptions that must hold. First, our operation model depends on standardization. Because we're running multiple activity zones at once, we assume we can train staff to manage these efficiently without sacrificing customer experience. If this assumption fails, costs rise and service quality drops. So we're mitigating this through standardized workflows and cross-training. Second, we assume customers will adopt our low-barrier social games. Our concept is built around activities that are easy to learn and fun to repeat, which drives frequency and revenue. To reduce adoption risk, we'll pilot test activities and track usage before committing floor space. Finally, we assume we can create community lock-in. The arena's long-term strength comes from leagues, theme nights, and partnerships that make us a reoccurring destination. The risk is that the competitions pull customers away, so we're mitigating this by building early community relationships and offering unique programming competitors don't. Overall, these assumptions shape our operational strategy and mitigation plans, ensure we prepare if any of them don't hold.
As Ryan mentioned earlier, we are seeking an initial funding of $250,000 that will have a 14% equity tied to that investment. That funding will be used toward the building lease, acquiring our food and liquor licenses, as well as purchasing the necessary equipment that we will need to operate the arena. Looking towards the end, using a conservative measure of 4 times revenue, we estimate that the ROI of your investment around year 5 will be at least 7 times the money that you've invested.
At its core, the arena works for 3 simple reasons. First, we believe that there's a very clear gap in the market. Colorado Springs has plenty of bars, but no venue built around structured social competition. And again, we believe that that's not just Colorado Springs. Second, this is a strong behavioral model. So we're not just relying on one-time visits. We're trying to build repeat engagement through leagues, leaderboards, social recognition, and community. And third, the concept is designed to scale. So these systems, the programming, the experience, we're building this to extend beyond just one location into potentially leagues, regional events, and additional venues. This is not just a bar. This is a platform for social competition and community. Our goal is to make the arena a place that people go to not just go out, but to compete, to connect, and then to ultimately come back. Thank you. Voila.
All right.